Welcome to One-on-One. I'm Steve Adubato. We are pleased to welcome Zack, who is the editorial director of New Jersey Family. By the way, while I'm putting this up, tell everyone what New Jersey Family is.
It's a magazine, it's a website, it's a 360 brand. We cover everything that families need to know about raising kids in New Jersey.
How long have you been around?
25 years. Not me personally, but
No,
the
not,
magazine.
yeah.
Right.
You've had an interesting career in the media, such as?
So I've been in parenting for the last decade or so. Before I was at New Jersey Family, I ran a brand for NBC called iVillage, which is a women's lifestyle brand. Before then, I ran digital for Parents Network for Meredith, and before then, I was at The Knot, and lots of lifestyle brands.
What's the deal with those of us with families? Because I was telling you, I was at a skating rink with our daughter the other day, and I see Family Magazine there, and it just reminded me that that I was doing this interview with you and my colleague Joanna Gagas on Life and Living, also interviewing you, that we were doing these interviews. And your magazine is all over the place. Your website's growing all the time. Why is there such a demand on the part of so many of us, parents, looking for information about our families, our kids? What is that?
I think downtime is so precious and scarce now that families are looking to make the most of it. You know, if you've got 2 hours between birthday parties on a Saturday afternoon, you want to make sure if you go to that skating rink where you mentioned you picked it up, that they've actually got skate rentals, that it's not going to be mobbed during the 2 hours that you're going. You want vetted, expert, trusted advice from people who are also parents in the state. Going to these places, reviewing them before you spend your time and your money, really precious family time to get there and do it.
It's so true, because like a few hours later, we were at a batting cage with our sons and a bunch of kids in Clifton, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And they had the magazine.
Good. Because
you're looking for, it sounds crazy, right? But you're looking for indoor batting cages for kids, and there are different never mind. But it's so interesting how you're always looking for something meaningful to do for your kids and reasonably priced, et cetera, et cetera. Let's do this. One of the interesting things that the magazine is involved in is selecting the best towns for families in New Jersey, 2016.
Yes.
Is it not a fact that right here on One-on-One, you are making an announcement of the #1 town for families in New Jersey?
Yes.
First of all, before you do that, how was this selected?
We use about 9 different factors that we bear against the list of all the towns in New Jersey. Those factors are things that are important for families when they're selecting a town to raise kids in. Things like, we heavily weight the quality of the public school in the town. We look at low incidence of violent crime. Kind of important when you're thinking about where you want to live.
I'd say so.
You'd say so. We look at commute time. We could talk a little bit about that.
To where?
To parents' jobs.
Not just to New York City, I want to be clear. Not just to Philadelphia, I want to be clear.
Not at all. It's
to where you get to work.
Yep, and it's a self-reported stat in the U.S. Census,
okay,
where adults are asked how long their commute time is, and it's agnostic of where it is. So you could be commuting into the city, you could be commuting to Philly, you could be commuting to, your job 15 minutes away.
So transportation, crime. How about culture and the arts?
We use a little bit of that too. We want you to have stuff to do. We think a good town is a town where you have access to stuff to do. So we do have a little bit of lifestyle in our algorithm also. We also,
schools,
this
crime,
year...
diversity?
Diversity, exactly.
Yeah, talk to me about that.
That's a new factor that we've added in for 2016. We couldn't quite figure out how to get it in the right way in 2015.
How did you get that?
It's a U.S. Census reported stat. And we thought a town that had less than 70% of a single race we would qualify as a diverse town.
Try that again. It's less than 70%.
Yeah. So if the town is more than 70% white, more than 70% black, more than 70% Native American, whatever, it's not diverse. If it has less than 70% of a single race, i.e., lots of different races living in that town, we called it diverse, and we gave it a little bump in our ranking because it's important as we raise our kids that they grow up around people who don't look just like us.
All right, you ready to go? Best New Jersey towns for families in 2016, as revealed right here on Public Broadcasting and FiOS, and for those of you listening on the radio as well, and online. We have a huge audience online as well. And by the way, we look forward to our continued partnership with New Jersey Family.
Yes.
Digital content going to grow for us in 2016 and beyond. Best New Jersey towns for families in 2016. Is there a number one?
There is a number one.
Is it in Bergen County?
It is in Bergen County.
Does it start with an O?
It starts with an O.
It is Oradell.
It is Oradell.
It is Oradell, New Jersey. Tell everyone why.
The 2016 top best towns for family in New Jersey is Oradell and Bergen. It really ticked all of our boxes. Excellent public schools, low crime, short commute wherever you're commuting to work. It has a little bit of diversity. It has, stuff to do there. It hit the highest marks that we had.
One more thing there. They have a high school there by the name of Bergen Catholic. And many years back in the late 1970s, I played high school football there, and they destroyed us in football. I just need to was that part of the criteria?
It was not.
I didn't think so.
We'll evaluate next year.
No.
Okay.
No. How about Montgomery Township?
Yeah, I mean.
Number two.
Number two.
Where are these? Where's Montgomery?
That is, the towns that we picked are all over the state, and that's really one of the fun things about this list is that it's agnostic of
what does this have?
Where they are. They're all evaluated by the same factors and criterions. Great public schools, low incidences of crime.
Have to have the great schools.
Pardon?
Have to have the great schools.
Has to have the great schools. And that really goes into the way that we weighted these characteristics. So, the factors are things that are important to all parents. But, for instance, great public schools are going to be more important to you when you're thinking about where to raise a family than proximity to grocery stores, right?
Cut to the last three.
Yes.
Bethlehem Township, Boonton, and Frieden Township.
Yes.
Top five.
Top five.
Now, what happens, before I let you out here, listen, what happens to all the families live in towns like mine, Montclair, New Jersey? I want to be in this.
Yeah, so.
What did we do wrong?
Well, Montclair is very similar to the town that I live in, which is South Orange.
Great town.
Great town. Schools, the public schools, aren't quite as blue star as Oradell, for instance. But towns like ours are great commuter towns. They've got great diversity in them. They have other wonderful merits, which is why we also did a list of mini lists. So if diversity or getting into New York City, for instance, is the lens by which you choose the town that you live in, we've created...
So the best in terms of diversity,
yes.
the best in terms of this or that.
That's right. You can find those on our site.
Listen, so it's New Jersey Family. Plug the website.
njfamily.com.
And the publication comes out how often?
It's every month, but we're 24 hours a day online. And
who's
on
your
Facebook.
new greatest partner?
You guys, of course.
We're going to be sharing digital content in 2016 and beyond. We look forward to working with you and your editorial and your social media team, Liz.
Likewise.
Because we have to be on every platform, don't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's no other way. Liz Zack is editorial director at New Jersey Family. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here.
You got it. Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Sovereign Health System, the New Jersey Education Association, Wells Fargo, NJM, Bloomfield College, Qualcare Inc., and by New Jersey Sharing Network. Promotional support provided by NJ Biz, all business, all New Jersey, and by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.